love Long Beach! We love you! Be safe!
Becoming the most bicycle-friendly city in America is one of our key sustainability objectives here in Long Beach. This is important because it is not only a green transportation solution, but it also encourages a healthy lifestyle and sense of community. Improvements we all want for Long Beach. Hello, I'm Mayor Bob Foster, and in this video I invite you to learn how 3 innovative road sharing projects are helping everyone use our roadways more safely and encouraging our residents to use their bikes more often.
Cars, bicycles, and pedestrians have been sharing the road for a long time. Making sure they do so safely is essential. Now, before we get into these exciting new bicycle installations, let's go over some bicycle basics. Here are 5 rules everyone needs to know before using a bike anywhere in our city. Number 1. Bicycles are allowed on all city streets and are generally expected to use the lane closest to the curb on the right side of the street. Number 2. Like motorized vehicles, bikes must follow all traffic instructions, stopping at red lights, indicating turns, riding with the flow of traffic, and so forth. Number 3. In business districts, bikes are not allowed on sidewalks. Number 4. All bikes must have brakes and lights that are visible 30 yards away. And lastly, number 5. All children under the age of 18 must wear a helmet. Well, there you have it, the basic rules. Now, following these will help keep all of us safe, no matter where we are riding our bikes. But as these new bicycle-friendly road projects get underway, we will all need to learn some new ways of sharing the road. So let's head down to 2nd Street, which is in Councilman DeLong's district, where the first green share lanes west of Utah have been installed. Hey everyone, I'm here on 2nd Street in beautiful Belmont Shore, and with me is Councilmember Gary DeLong of the 3rd District. Councilman, welcome.
Thank you very much. It's a beautiful day here today in Belmont Shore.
So let's get right into it. What does the word sharos mean?
Well, it means exactly that. It's being shared. So it's shared between bikes and cars, and what the green paint does is it makes it very obvious to everyone we're sharing.
So how do they change the way traffic works?
Well, actually, it's improved it because what it's done is it's sent a message that we are doing the sharing, and then the bicyclists are now off the sidewalk. They're into the street where they ought to be, but they're being able to ride in the middle of the road and stay away from the parked cars and the doors that are opening.
Now, what's the plus side of all this?
Well, the plus side is a number of things. Certainly the health benefits. We're trying to encourage people, get out of your cars, get on bikes, but it's actually made a safer community. We're having fewer accidents. We've got fewer bikes on the sidewalks. It's safer in the streets. It's a win-win.
Now, overall, how's it working?
Oh, they're working fabulous. There was a little bit of change. Not everybody likes change, but once we've gotten through that process, people love it. I hear nothing but great reviews about it.
Now, is there any downside at all?
There really aren't any downsides. I mean, like I say, everybody benefits. It's safer for the cars. It's safer for the bikes. It's safer for the pedestrians on the sidewalks because there's fewer bikes. Everybody's benefiting. There's no downside.
Thanks, Councilman. Now let's head over to our 2nd stop, one of the roundabouts on Vista, which has been turned into a bike boulevard, and talk to Vice Mayor Suja Lowenthal. Hi everyone, I'm waiting for the Vice Mayor here. In fact, here she is now. She's riding in here on her bike. Vice Mayor, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing really well. You look great and festive in your bike gear here.
Welcome to Vista Boulevard.
Thank you. So now let's get this interview started. Everyone knows that you're a huge proponent in making the city of Long Beach a more bicycle-friendly, environment for the community. Why is that?
It's a classic case of if you build the infrastructure, they will come. We know that there's a lot of interest here for residents, not even athletes so much, but really residents who want to ride their bikes. We've seen a change in the 20 to 40-year-olds wanting to get out, ride their bikes. This is a parking impacted area. Pretty much the entire 2nd District is certainly. And so you come home from work, you park your car, you don't want to lose your parking spot. And so you get on your bike, you go to cafes, you go to restaurants, you go to the shops, whatever you need to do, it can be done here on a bike.
So where are we now? How has this particular roadway been changed to promote biking?
So we are here at Vista Street, which is one of our bike boulevards. We've changed this road because we've installed landscape roundabouts that you navigate as you would any roundabout. I think we call it a traffic circle here. Anywhere in the United States or in the world. This street is parallel to a major street, but it's one that we've designated as one that would be safe for you to ride your bike to get to certain places. We have 4 elementary schools that are connected through Vista Boulevard. So what we've done is we've strategically placed these roundabouts, 8 of them, on Vista, and that will slow down traffic. And that's the most important thing, is on a street like this, it shouldn't need to be a thoroughfare. And so we are consciously slowing traffic down with landscape roundabouts.
Okay, so it looks easy enough if you're going the right way with traffic, but what if you have to turn left in front of oncoming traffic?
So what we hope will happen is everyone slows down. That's the idea. What you would do is you're going counterclockwise. If you need to make a left, you sort of get to this area where there's a yield sign. You yield to traffic as well as any pedestrians. We have to be mindful of pedestrians. They have right of way. You go around the circle and then you go left into the street that you'd like to end up, but do it slowly. And the basic point is everyone here has to be mindful of one another. No one particular vehicle, whether it's the bike or the motor vehicle or a moped or motorcycle, no one vehicle has dominance or priority than the other. The only person with the priority here would be the pedestrian.
Now, are there any differences for the cyclists at all?
The big difference for the cyclists, I want everyone to remember that they have a right to be in the middle of the road. Instead of hugging the curb or to the sidewalk, it is safer for you to be riding in the middle of the road. Whether it's through the roundabout or a regular lane, sharrow, whatever it is, share the road with other motorists. That's what we want them to remember.
So how do the residents like them?
I think the feedback's been quite positive. I heard a resident say to me he feels that his neighborhood's been restored to them. That's huge. Bicycle infrastructure, bringing more bicyclists out, families enjoying one another. He feels that the neighborhood's been restored. That's a very positive community-serving aspect of this. I think the option to even ride your bicycle in a safe way, neighbors love that.
That's fantastic. Now, are there any downsides to this?
None that I have heard of. I think the upside is that motorists of other vehicles are having to force themselves to be mindful of sharing the road. That's the upside, is that cultural shift that I believe is going to happen over time, that no one type of motorist believes that they have a right to the road greater than someone else's. And so I think that's an upside we're going to learn to share. We've always had to share. It's our right in the vehicle code to ride our bike just like we can ride our cars here. So no downside so far. We'll slow down traffic a little bit. These neighborhoods will feel less like a freeway and more like a neighborhood.
Well, there you have it, guys. Now I'm off to Broadway and 3rd Street. Vice Mayor, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, well, you better take off. I'll see you next time. All right, bye-bye.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Hi, everyone. I'm here with Councilmember Robert Garcia of the 1st District. So, Robert, if you can, walk me through how the separated bikeways work.
Absolutely. I mean, the separated bikeways are really exciting here for the city of Long Beach. It's really a pilot program we're doing here in downtown. These types of bikeways are really common all throughout Europe, but here in the U.S. there's very few. So actually, this is something really new for Long Beach. Essentially, what we're doing is we're creating a separated bikeway for cyclists, for families, for visitors, both on 3rd, where we're at right now, and also on Broadway. And they're going to go basically east-west all the way from Alamitos to where the river is at. What this does is we essentially separate the roadway for cyclists and for the motorists. So in turn, it's safer but for both those driving, they don't have to have bicycles in the street, as it is for cyclists that can have their own dedicated bikeway. And at the same time, we also increase pedestrian access because now you don't have bikes up and down the sidewalk. So it's really a great system for everyone. We're really excited about it, and we're looking forward to seeing how many people use it. We think it's going to be very successful.
So, Councilmember, can you highlight for me some of the safety tips about these separated bikeways?
Absolutely. Well, safety is always the most important. I mean, certainly when you're on these bikeways, there's some rules that we want people to follow. The separated bikeways are designed for safety, but at the same time, there's also certain features that people should be aware of. For example, if they see green anywhere on the bikeway, there's a green paint on the floor, that means that that's an area that's shared by both the motorists and the cyclists. So it may be that there's an entrance or exit way for an alley. It may mean that we're about to cross the street. So it's important for people to look out for those green share areas because it's really a shared space for both cyclists and motorists. At the same time, there's also a series of signals up and down throughout these bikeways. So not only now do motorists have their own signals, but our cyclists do as well. And so look out for these signals. They're going to let you know when to cross the street, when to wait, and really pay attention to those, and I think you're going to have a very safe experience. First, the bicycle lane is designated only for bicyclists. This means that pedestrians, people in wheelchairs, or driving segways will use the sidewalks, while motor vehicles and motorcycles will have their own designated lanes. However, single file riding is not mandatory in the bikeways, as two bikes can ride safely side by side in the bikeway. Second, riding with the flow of traffic is required. Cyclists must follow the same direction of the motorists within the safe parameters of the protected bikeway. Third, since bicyclists will now have their own designated lane, riding bikes on the sidewalk is prohibited. So now all riders, no matter what their experience or age, will be able to ride safely on the protected bikeway. Fourth, remember, just like motorists, it is against the law for bikes to cross at painted medians. Bicyclists will have to wait for a break in the paint on the road before crossing over to the other side of the street. And lastly, both cars and bikes must obey the traffic signals.
You're right. That seems pretty straightforward, but why put these here in the busiest part of our city?
Well, first and foremost is to make these streets safer. I mean, at the end of the day, separated bikeways, wherever they've been put throughout the world, have made those streets safer, more pedestrian friendly. At the same time, one thing people don't realize about these bikeways is that they actually also increase the support for business on the street. A lot of times people think, oh, that's going to, you're removing lane of traffic or there's less parking. That's actually not the case. We're still keeping a lot of the parking here on the street, but we're actually creating more of an opportunity for people that are cycling to also go into businesses, stop at a restaurant, enjoy what's on the street. And that's been very much the case in every one of these that's put in throughout the world, is businesses start seeing an uptick of visitors, which is going to be great.
Councilmember, thank you so much for all the great info.
Absolutely. Well, get on your bike and let's get back to City Hall.
Let's do it.
All right, see you there.
All right.
As you've just seen, we are definitely embracing a more healthy, active lifestyle and are well on our way to becoming the most bicycle-friendly city in the nation. A city that provides an environment and culture where bicycling is a safe, viable, and preferred mode of transportation.